Hello everybody on YouTube, this is the Stanley Parable, I can't say that word. The Stanley Parable, I can't say that word for the life of me. It's on the title, just read it. You guys can hear my fan, or my other fan on my computer, which is the built-in one, which is a really loud fan. I am apologizing for that now. As you guys can see, you can also see in this corner right here, you may be able to see, it says what my recording speed is, which is 30 frames. I did not lock it at that frame rate, it's just what it's playing at. Before I clicked it, it was at 250 frames or so. I don't know why. Let's move on though. I have already played this. Sadly, the information got deleted when I went to, for some reason...
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'll tell you later.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, as I was saying, I have already played this once on my laptop, which the information got corrupted, which really pissed me off because I was laughing my ass off and freaking out pretty well throughout most of this video. So I'm going to redo this, and I'm going to freak out and laugh. It's probably hard, but you never know. It may happen again. I did wait a while before playing this again for that reason. That's why I didn't put any YouTube videos out lately, because I've been waiting to, you know, try to get some of this stuff out of my head, distract my mind off things, and see if I can kind of give it back the same experience. Okay, back onto this game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, let's go to the right one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I like how there's one coffee pot, no water, and simply one soda machine and a clock.
Yes.
And a clock that's ticking.
Really worth it being here in the room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Like, I honestly have to admit, I love this narrator a lot because he's funny as heck. I enjoy this narrator. I really do. Alright, back on to other things.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. But yeah. I apologize if I'm really loud right now, guys. I'm trying to get my mic settings where they're supposed to be.
Coming
but
to a
so
staircase,
far I haven't
Stanley
known.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Why did it go up? I want to go down.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. My co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this. So it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What the fuck? If you guys haven't noticed, I was completely quiet because I was going, whoa. What the hell is up? What the... Okay, I'm going to tell you guys truthfully what happened the last time I played this game. That is not at all the path I took. I took the left one, I stayed directly on what he was saying, and I finished based on what he wanted. I have no clue what the heck that was about. I thought maybe there was only one way to go, and that was it. Apparently, there's not. So, yeah, I was kind of, I actually like the narrator. The problem is I like him better than me, so I have no reason to talk. I just wanted to voice my
Stanley
opinion.
thought to himself, am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
There's a lot of paper on the floors. There's gotta be one computer still running somewhere. Oh, wait, there's one. I just turned it off. I have no clue how, but I turned it off. Hey, what happens if you turn them all off, I wonder? Can I kneel? There it is. Input recording. Huh? I'm confused. Is this, it says the recording, right? I'm like sitting really far back from my computer. I can't really see jack. You can't jump. Oh yeah, it's because I was hitting spacebar. Yep. I think that's what it says. But I'm sitting so far back from my computer I can't fucking tell jack. Sorry for my language. But yeah. Moving on.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, let's do the left this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, that's an obvious one. Wait a minute. Nope. Anything on the computer? Can I turn it on? Nope. I'm a little stumped why there's 2 phones next to each other, though. I'm a little stumped on that one.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 285. 4, 5. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Don't get me wrong, but those things are not battery packs, are those? Is that a battery pack? I don't really know. I think those are battery packs. There's also generator ones, but I would doubt why they'd need generators in here though. This should be interesting. Yeah, so this is a path I took. Because I didn't see any other options other than the one I already did. So, I take this path, and well, I go down a different way. Because there's several other ways down the path through this one. So I'm hoping, you know, take a different path. That's the plan, anyways.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
But yeah, I'll show you guys what I mean by what path I went last time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, that's the path I went. I'm not going that way, I want to go a new way.
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Still.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope. I'm good. Let's go this way.
Point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
This is gonna be interesting. I'm a little bit scared right now. I'm a tiny bit scared. What happened? What happened? I don't get it. Did I really just die? That's how oh, that was like violent. I thought it was going to be more violent than that. I thought you were going to hear bloody murder or something. Or not. Okay, I'm confused.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps he's dealt with no great loss by plugging the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and short.
Oh man, this sucks.
Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Wait, so these are your paths type deal? Hopefully you guys can read that, because I'm not reading this all. I'm skimming it. Pause it to read it. It should be uploaded in the same quality, because I could barely read that. Oh, wow. Hopefully you guys can read that. I'm not sure. Nice art. Yeah. So, technically you walk the same path, but there's 2 doors, basically. What's this? There's buttons. Oh yeah, that's right, for that one part. I'm not sure what that does. If anybody's interested, pause this and read it. Alright, moving on. What's it say? Really? Wow, what the heck? I never found this the last time. This is awesome. I can't read that, it's too bright. Man, these writings gotta be so freaking small, don't they? I'm hoping you guys can read this stuff once I'm done rendering. I look confused. Are these like all your options you've got or something? Huh, interesting. Wow. Just simply, wow. This game has a lot of options, doesn't it? Has anybody else found this yet? Am I the first person to find this? Is it static? Really? Okay, this room's making me lag. I dropped 15 frames just in that one room. I'm just skimming this stuff, guys. I'm not really reading all of it. I'm not that fast, thank God. Well, actually it would be cool if that was that fast, but I'm sadly not. Hopefully you guys can read this stuff, because I'm just skimming it. I'm not going to read it out loud, since... This place is pretty damn cool. I'm not sure what this is all about. It's just about showing you everything. Like all the options. Like, say this was your last one. Say you were just wondering what would happen if you did go down this way.
See how it's impossible for the player to do anything useful. Perfect example or level design, textbook and skill. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively behind even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad will.
Just a narrator guy talking there. I kind of actually want to keep playing this. You know what? You know what, guys? I'm not gonna play this anymore until you guys ask me to, because I'm kind of wondering if I can do all the options. But sadly, I don't have the time for all the options. Sadly, this It looks like we just went around in a complete circle. I thought I turned all these off. Interesting. That'd be awesome. These doors open and you look behind it, there's like nothing. But it opens up and goes somewhere. That'd be awesome. But yeah, this is pretty freaking awesome. I am so confused in how I found this. But I'm actually kind of... Door's missing. Completely scared. Losing my marbles now. How did... Okay, I'm have so many questions. How the hell did... I never heard of a game rendering software which can actually make stuff disappear. I've heard of stuff being able to be covered or blocked, but I've never... Whoa, what the heck? What map is this part of? That isn't big enough for letters. You can clearly read that one. What the... This looks like something on Tron. I hope we don't get copyright infringement for that. Been there. Then in here. Let's keep moving. They look all about the same. Just a little bit different every time. Wow. There really is a lot of choices, aren't there? I've been down this way. Did I go this way? Exit. Yes. We want to go to the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another.
Huh?
How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Yes.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Yeah. You think I was really going to escape? Ah, the fun. I have no clue what the heck's going on right now. Okay, it's just infinite black. But, yeah. I have to admit, guys, that it's a really good game. That's just one or two of the ways you can go. I went one path last time, which was the path the narrator guy told you to go down. So I did that. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe. And as always, if you guys want me to do more of these, just, you know, at general, of any type of these, go ahead and ask. I'll do plenty more of them. Because I'd like to know all the other different paths, and I'm not going to do any of our paths for at least about a month. I'll give you guys a month to send me a message or something and say, hey, I want you to go down a different path. Or, well, actually, don't send me a message. With what YouTube is lately, I can't get my message, so just leave it in the comments. I'll check my comments every 2 or 3 days, and I'll make a video in 2 or 3 days after I read that comment. If I don't make one, that means I didn't get it yet, so, okay. Or that the month is already up and I already did all the sermons. I don't really know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Want me to do more on this or a different game? Let me know. Send me a message if you guys want me to do a different game or something. You want me to do more of this? Leave it in the comments. And that's everything. Please rate, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Please rate, thank you, Watch, for reminding me. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, peace out, guys.